Today I have a huge yard sale and thrift haul to share with you guys. Hello everybody. Today I'm so excited because today is my first yard sale and thrift haul of yard sale season. So of course you guys know I love secondhand shopping. That's our main way that we shop. And we do this through thrift shopping. We do this through Facebook Marketplace or just exchanging things with friends, getting hand-me-downs. But also we love going to yard sales. I have done this since I was in my teens. My sisters and my cousins and I, we would all load up and go. It's very ironic because as a child, I thought it was kind of dumb and a waste of time. Anytime my dad would pull into a yard sale, I would roll my eyes and, you know, this is junk and yada yada. But now it is one of my favorite things to do on a Saturday. Typically, you're going to see most of your yard sales starting in March, and then they usually will taper off by late October, early November. So really, you can find yard sales in a large portion of the year. So we've actually gone the past 2 Saturdays. If you have watched my channel before, you might know that I go with my cousin Emily. So we went the first Saturday to celebrate her birthday, and then we also were able to go the next Saturday. And I wasn't sure what we were going to find because we're a little early. Usually it's kind of late March or as it's starting to get warmer that they're starting to ramp up. So I really wasn't sure what we were going to find. But as you can see behind me, I have a plethora of things to share with you. So let's just go ahead and hop right in. I am going to include prices where I can remember the prices. Some of them I can't, and I didn't write everything down. I'm also going to include negotiating tips or tricks where they are applicable if there was anything that I used to get these items at a lower price. All right, so I'm gonna start with what we found last week, and then I'll go to the things that we found this week. Sometimes we use yard sales as an excuse to have a girls' day or a girls' morning out, but a lot of times my kids are along with me. So I have a video all about the boundaries that I've set to sort of make that an enjoyable experience. So I will link that video down below. A portable DVD player helps, or if you have a DVD player in your car. My new car actually does have a DVD player. So that is one of the few times that we actually do use it is on yard sale days. The other thing that I do is that I let them make their own purchases with their own money. So I think that it's really an important lesson for them to understand that if you want to get something, you have to give something. So we have a lot of conversations. Okay, this item is $3. Would you rather have this item or would you rather keep your $3? So I think it's a really important skill for them to kind of learn and start to weigh that out in their mind from a young age. So that being said, I won't include all the things that my kids got, partially because I don't know where they are. My son got some Pokemon cards at this first yard sale, so I don't have those with me. I think my daughter actually got some too. But at that same yard sale, they had several Lego sets. And I have mentioned before that birthday season for us is in the spring. My birthday is in the spring. My son's birthday is in the spring. I have 2 nieces that have spring birthdays. We have extended family that has spring birthdays. It's just a big birthday area for us. It's a big birthday time. So I'm going to really try to start being a little more proactive and look for secondhand gifts, but really good gifts at yard sales or at thrift stores. All right, so this gift is for my niece. So in case she is listening, you can't listen. So we found these Lego sets, and there was this one, and I'll just have to show it to you. So this is actually one of the Lego Creator 3-in-1 sets. So if you'll look here, you've got these 3 dogs. And so that's what I thought it was at first. I thought, oh, you get to make 3 dogs. But no, you get to make this collection of dogs, and then this collection of dogs and little props, and this one as well. So I thought that would be really great. She is turning 9, and this is for ages 7 and up. I messaged my sister and I said, would this be a good option for her? And she said yes. So they were asking $5, which is still less than the retail value for this. I'll put the retail value right here. But I simply said, would you take $3? Okay, so we're offering just $2 less. Not a big deal, and they are perfectly fine to say no. I asked it in a polite manner, and they said sure. So I got her a brand new unopened Lego Creator set for $3. She doesn't have to know it costs $3, but I know the savings that I gleaned, and I still got her a really nice birthday present. I'm gonna go ahead and share maybe my favorite find of the whole video, and it is behind me. I got a new vacuum. So I have long wanted one of the battery operated stick vacuums that you can change the attachments and you can mount it on the wall and charge it, but they are pricey, and we have a plug-in vacuum that works just fine. So I saw this one in a box. It had all of the parts with it. It had the charging port that you mount on the wall. And it is the Samsung brand. So right away I was interested in it. They said, we can plug it in and show you that it works as far as the charger and everything. So this turned on right away with the battery power, and then the charger actually did work. They had a price sticker on it for $25. So what I chose to use as my bargaining technique for this was, what is your best price? $25 is still a good price for a stick vacuum like this. So I didn't want to be insulting. I didn't want to lowball. And so I just said, what would be your best price? So he countered that with, what would you spend? So I said, I don't know, $15. And he said, sure. So for $15, I got the vacuum. Again, it mounts on the wall. This part comes off and you can empty the canister, and it has all of the attachments. So it has the long handle that you can, vacuum the floor. It has this little short one that you could do maybe in your car. It also has like a crevice tool. It works beautifully, and I don't know if anybody else can relate to this, but vacuuming seems so much quicker now that I don't have to pull a vacuum out and unwrap a cord and plug it in and then rewrap a cord. And it's not that it's that time consuming, but it really is so quick to just zip through the whole house and take this thing with me. I love it. I tried finding the exact model. I think I found something pretty similar, so I'm gonna put the retail comparison here just so you can see. I'm so happy with the savings on this item. It was something that I had been wanting, honestly, in a small house with a family, with cars. It's really it's not a need, but it's a very strong want. The other thing I wanted to mention about it is, we do live in a small house. We don't have a dedicated utility space. There is no cleaning closet. There is no mudroom. So we were trying to figure out where we were going to put the charger, and I thought, well, maybe I could wedge it in the corner of my closet, but that wasn't really ideal. And the whole time I'm thinking, we have to have this plus the long part, because that's how we'll use it most in the house. And my husband said, what if we put it in the laundry closet? We have a small laundry closet in our little kitchen area. And I said, oh my gosh, you're a genius. So he actually mounted it on the wall behind the washer and dryer. And whenever we charge it, we just take the attachments off, which is just pressing this button and releasing. So now we can easily get to where the charger is. I still have to find a spot to put the attachments. I'm sure we'll find one, but I have to find a spot to store the attachments where we can get to those conveniently. But yes, this is probably my favorite find of both trips. All right, I think that was about all for that yard sale haul. Following that, we went to 2 different thrift stores. One that is my normal hometown thrift store, and then one that a friend had recommended to me. It was the perfect example of don't judge a book by its cover, because when we got inside, the brand names were great. The prices were really good. They had sales on certain color tags. I will definitely be back. So let me show you what we found there. My nephew just turned 2, and I wish that I had found these before his birthday party, but he had a Very Hungry Caterpillar themed birthday, and it was very adorable. I'll put some of the images here just so you can see. But we found this whole display of brand new Very Hungry Caterpillar things. This particular thrift store must have some sort of deal with Target, kind of like Goodwill does, and maybe some other stores, because there were lots of brand new items in the store. But we got this set of 4 Very Hungry Caterpillar plates for him. They are adorable, so we got him those. We have a soccer player in our house this year for the first time, so of course that means we had to find soccer gear, and we were in search of cleats. So my husband actually found these shin guards at our local thrift store a few weeks ago. And then we came to this thrift store, and this was a completely different thrift store, completely different time, and I found these cleats. I know that these will be under his socks, so it doesn't really matter that they match, but I just thought it was so cool that we made a perfect match from 2 different thrift stores on 2 different trips. I don't remember the price of the shoes, but I know they were really affordable. All right, a couple of clothing items. I try to be very selective when it comes to clothing, but my son is getting into sports more. He's gotten to go to a couple of Hornets basketball games. That's our Charlotte professional team here. And he has been wanting a Hornets shirt. So we found this one. It was in great shape. So I've just washed it and hung it up to dry. He was really happy to have that one. I was so excited about the two things that I found for my daughter. I think they were maybe $4.99 a piece. The first one is this raincoat. It is Carter's brand. It just has little strawberries on it. It does have functioning pockets and of course a hood. She wore this to church yesterday and I love it so much. It's also a little big on her, so I think she'll be able to get a couple years of wear out of this, so I love it. The strawberries even have little hearts as the seeds. It is just so cute. The other item I found for her is Crewcuts brand. Again, like I said, I think it was $4.99, and this might be her Easter dress this year. If not, it's definitely just going to be a spring dress. I just absolutely love the smocking. I love the little puff sleeve, the floral. It's just so cute. It's such a really pretty dress. We left from there and went to my hometown thrift store, and we found a couple of things there that we were looking for. I'm always looking for little supplemental educational things, and that includes fidget toys, especially for if we're waiting somewhere or if we're at a restaurant. So we have a whole collection of little fidget items that I've collected from the thrift store. So we found this little dinosaur, and of course, you know, it's got the little mazes where you can take the beads and try to get them through a certain path. So I picked that up. And then also when I was little, I used to love these Brain Quest cards, and we have several sets, but we do not have this one. This is ages 6 and 7 or grade 1. So I thought this would be really great for my daughter to start working through. So we'll start using this with her. Speaking of fidget toys, I found this container of pop beads. I do have a background in occupational therapy, so little fine motor things are always really near and dear to my heart. And pop beads are so fun. You can make them into a necklace or a bracelet or, you know, just any sort of design. So if you're unfamiliar, this is kind of what they look like. And of course, these are them all strung together. But when they are loose, they just look like this, almost like little beads. And, you know, they have a hole at one end and then a little part at the other end that allows you to connect them together. So I brought these home and I washed them up, and those have been a really fun play tool for the past couple of weeks. It's gotten to where every time we go to the thrift store now, the kids want to pick up something for the baby. And so they found this little bunny. It's got small wheels in the front and big wheels in the back, which means that when it rolls, it sort of does this like up and down motion. It's very cute. Actually, this was from the first thrift store. But they saw this and they wanted to know if we could get it for the baby, and I said yes. All right, and then the last thing from that first Saturday, Abram has been needing a pair of tennis shoes, and when I can, I try to find their shoes secondhand if at all possible. So we have been on the hunt, and he found this pair of And One, I guess these are like Jordans, I don't know. They have just a little bit of wear right here in the front of the toe. And honestly, I don't know, I feel like when you're a mom and you've kind of been around a little bit, you think, well, if it wasn't scuffed now, it'd be scuffed 2 weeks from now. So they were dirty around here. So I actually had him clean them himself. That's another thing, you know, I want them to learn that they can take care of their things and they can clean them and make them look brand new. So we scrubbed them and put them in the washing machine, and they really did clean up so nicely. So now he has a brand new pair of tennis shoes that he can wear to school or just to play in. And honestly, they still have a really good tread on them. Like they're in such good shape. So I'm gonna go set these outside and let them dry in the sun, and then he can wear them to school this week. All right, second Saturday coming at you. I was pleasantly surprised that the first house that we stopped at was my best find of the day. So for everything that you see here, I spent $12. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump in. The first thing is this little mini backpack. I don't know whether I will use this as a diaper bag or not, but that crossed my mind. It is Vera Bradley, and it is a chocolate brown quilted fabric. It has a little front pocket here that is closed magnetically, and then once you open that up, you have 2 more pockets here. You have a little zipper here. You do have cup holder pockets on both sides. And then you have this larger pocket that has a zipper on the inside. So anyway, I thought it would be a good size to have. Again, I don't know if I'll use it for a diaper bag, but that was kind of my thought whenever I purchased it. I got 2 kitchen items from this sale. The first one is this. It's a Pampered Chef. I don't know what you call it. It's a tool that you use whenever you are cooking ground meat to separate it. I've always just used one of my metal spatulas for this, and I've thought I don't really need this, but people that have it seem to really like it. Emily has one and she said she uses it all the time. She said she's been using it to make egg salad. So anyway, I debated it and I thought I'm going to try it. I'll put it in our drawer, and then if I find that I don't really need it, then I'll just let it go. But again, it's in really good shape, Pampered Chef brand. And then to go right along with that, I got another kitchen item, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to use it, but I hope that I will. I have one cast iron skillet that belonged to my husband's grandmother, and I use it almost daily. It is what I would consider maybe a medium size. Well, they had this one, which I don't know if you can tell, but it is so large. And my thought with this was that this would be really great for cooking larger batches of things. So the brand is Artisanal Kitchen Supply. So I'm going to wash this up and condition it and do the whole seasoning process in the oven so that I can begin to use this. But I love the idea of having 2 cast iron skillets just sitting on the top of the stove all the time, and those being like my main daily dishes. And then of course we do have our town craft that we use otherwise. So we will see. If you have a cast iron skillet, you'll have to let me know what size yours is and if you enjoy that size. Now, they also had clothing there. So I got a couple of different things. The first thing I got was a sweatshirt. It's a weird time for me to buy regular clothes right now because I just don't fit in anything that I would normally fit in. But I was thinking, you know, post-pregnancy, like into the fall and spring of next year, they had this Champion sweatshirt, which I just thought felt very classic and kind of vintage. So again, it is Champion brand, and it's a medium. So I think that will be a good fit once I am not pregnant. I also got a Christmas sweatshirt. I have a couple of Christmas items. I have a Christmas sweater that I love and wear all the time. But I would love to have 1 or 2 more like tacky but not really that tacky things to pull from. And when I saw this, I thought it just might be perfect. So it's got this little bow at the top. It's got like some greenery and some little poinsettias. And then it does have a couple of little rhinestones. So I don't know, it just felt right. 2 more clothing items from that yard sale. I wish that I could fit into this and use it as an Easter dress. I did try and it's just not going to work. But the brand is called Miami, and I just think that it is so pretty. It's got these little ties at the sleeve. It buttons all the way down, and it does actually have a little closure right here where sometimes you have gapping. It actually has like a snap underneath, which is such a nice detail. It buttons all the way down. It does have a lining that doesn't go all the way down. It kind of goes to the knees, but I don't think that's going to be a big issue with this dress. So maybe this will be an Easter dress for next year. But it was really pretty, and you know, whenever I find something that I think is probably going to work at a yard sale, if I'm that interested in it, I'll just go ahead and get it. So this has been washed. It's already been hung up to dry. So we will just try it on whenever we can fit into it. And then the last thing, I love a blue and white stripe. Clearly, I have several variations of blue and white stripe in my wardrobe. And whenever I saw this Old Navy boyfriend shirt in an extra large, I thought this could be a really good beach cover-up. So it is long sleeve. I thought it could be something that I could kind of roll the sleeves on. It could also be a really good like nightgown pajama type shirt. So again, I have washed that one and it is ready to go. To me, like a blue and white stripe with a straw hat is just the most summery vibe. I just love it so much. Okay, so just a refresher from that yard sale, I got the Vera Bradley bag, I got the Pampered Chef kitchen tool, I got the huge cast iron skillet, I got 2 sweatshirts, a dress, and the striped shirt for $12. And that was without me bargaining at all. That was just me saying, what would you take for all of this? So bargaining doesn't always have to be really intimidating or scary. It can just be, what would you take for all of this? And I thought that's a really good price for all those items. I'm just gonna go with it. All right, a couple more yard sale stops. I got 3 pairs of maternity leggings, which were $1 a piece. So I didn't invest that much in them. There were 2 that were a size small and 1 that was a size medium. And I knew I was kind of pushing it, but I thought maybe they would work. They are unfortunately just not super comfortable compared to the leggings that I have. I got this adorable little gold frame. I'm all the time looking for frames like this, and I find that they're actually kind of difficult to find. It came with this little stand, which kind of feels like it doesn't need, because it does have this little thing on the back to prop it up. So I'll probably just use it standalone as is, but I thought this was so cute. It's just very, very petite. I also found this vase of faux tulips, and it was priced at $1.50. I asked them if they would take $1, and I may use it just like this, or I may nestle it down into a larger vessel like a pitcher if it's deep enough. But I thought for faux flowers, these were actually really pretty. I debated whether I should get them or not, but I'm actually really glad that I did. So I'm either going to put these in the kitchen, or I'm going to put them on our shelf over here. I'm working on rearranging some things and restyling that shelf. So anyway, I'll take you along with me as I style them, but I think that they're really pretty. All right, a couple more things here. I found a book. We like the Berenstain Bears books, and this is a pop-up one, Welcome to Bear Country. So I mainly got this for my daughter, but it's for everybody to share. Also, we've been doing various read-alouds. So I don't have the Harry Potter collection. I read part of it growing up. I don't know if I ever read all the way through. But anyway, we are in the middle of the first one, so I got the second one so that we would just have it. We love Peanuts, and that kind of originated with my mom. She has always been a Peanuts fan as long as I can remember. So when I saw these Snoopy plates, they are like plastic kid plates. They're a set of 3. I thought these would be great for her to keep on hand for grandkids. So I think I ended up paying, I think for this and the little frame, I might have paid $2 total. And then lastly, I am always on the hunt for organizers that I can use in various areas. And I found this little Sterilite drawer set. I think that she was asking $1.50 or $2, and I asked if she would take $1, and she said yes. So I'm gonna wash it up and pull the labels off of it. So I'm either gonna use it under my bathroom sink or under the kitchen sink. Whew. Okay, I think that was everything. I told you it was a large haul, and then plus I get kind of chatty because I love talking about secondhand shopping and prices and savings and all that kind of stuff, so of course I get long-winded. But thank you guys so much for watching. You will have to let me know down below what your favorite find was. I'm so excited for yard sale season. It just feels good to bring things into my home that are secondhand, but also things that we needed anyway. You know, to be able to find things to clothe our family and to be able to decorate our home in a really pretty way. You can secondhand shop and find things that are to your taste and things that you actually need instead of just junk, and I just really enjoy it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.